My dear aspirants, I welcome each and every sincere aspirant for this divine focus. And I congratulate you for having launched the True I Am, for having successfully accomplished the true introspection. I appeal to all the sincere aspirants to pay attention to this beautiful eloquence and release the thoughts accordingly and mold your thinking pattern accordingly. We are going to celebrate this moment for 1.5 hours. In this 1.5 hours, all the thing you have got to do is just pay attention to the eloquence uttered by me and mold your thinking pattern accordingly or think accordingly. The first and foremost realization should be a declaration that I am not the physical embodiment. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that you don't belong to any gender. Neither you are limited to masculine gender, nor you are limited to feminine gender. You are beyond genders. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, by default, on your own, you'll also realize that you are young forever. There is no age which can gauge the consciousness. So you are beyond age in the sense you are ageless, you are beyond age, you are beyond genders. My dear aspirants, all the thing you have got to realize is the first and foremost realization should be a grandest, beautiful, divine declaration that I am not the physical embodiment. The moment you realize that you are not the physical embodiment, a grandness happens with you. A series of realizations happen within you. A series of realizations happen within you. By default, you'll begin to realize that you are neither that you are neither masculine gender nor feminine gender. There is no age which can gaze you. You are beyond age. You are ageless. The moment you have declared that you are not physical embodiment, you will also realize that there are so many chemicals within your embodiment, and each particular chemical has its own nature, has its own behavior, has its own expression. They are termed as chemical emotions. You'll also realize that the so-called chemical reactions have nothing to do with your original consciousness, the true consciousness. The moment you have declared that I am not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that all the relations, the so-called mother, father, wife, children, siblings, have nothing to do with your original consciousness. You are pure virgin. You are a divine consciousness. That's it. The so-called relations, mother, father, wife, siblings, they have nothing to do with your original consciousness. They are not entitled to enter into your divine realm. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that the so-called sensory organs are also part and parcel of the physical embodiment. And the reality which is being substantiated by the sensory organs are not entitled to enter into your original divine consciousness. I mean to say, the physical reality cannot enter into your divine consciousness. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that you have never ever taken birth from the mother's womb. And you have never ever experienced the stupidity called death. It is only the embodiment that is taking birth from the mother's womb. It is only the embodiment that is which is experiencing the stupidity called death. You are beyond birth and death. You are ageless. You are beyond gender. You are beyond all the physical relations. You are beyond all the physical realities. You are beyond all the chemical emotions. You are beyond birth and death. My dear aspirants, my dear divine beings, my dear grandest entities, my dear light beings, salute. Today, the first and foremost declaration should be that I am not the physical embodiment. The moment you have declared that you are not the physical embodiment, series of realizations happens within you. On your own, you will begin to realize that you don't belong to any gender. You are neither masculine gender nor feminine gender. You are beyond genders. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that you have never ever taken birth from the mother's womb, or you have never ever suffered the stupidity called death. You are beyond birth and death. You are infinite being. The moment you have realized that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that the so-called relations have nothing to do with your original consciousness. I mean to say, father, mother, siblings, children, family, all these are limited to your physical embodiment. They are not entitled to enter into your original consciousness. The moment you have declared that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that the so-called age doesn't apply to you. You are ageless. You are eternal youthful. The moment you have declared that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that these chemical emotions which are happening in your embodiment have nothing to do with your original divine consciousness. The moment you have declared that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that the so-called physical embodiment is only an instrument which allows you to maintain your frequency or velocity on par with the velocity of the Terra. It is only an instrument, it is only a vehicle which you have created to maintain your speed levels on par with the speed levels of the Terra. Come out of the clutches of the embodiment within your inner consciousness. The physical embodiment is the replica of physicality. The moment you have declared that you are not the physical embodiment, you'll also realize that the so-called sensory organs are only part and parcel of the physical embodiment, and the reality which is being substantiated by the sensory organs is not really real, and it is not entitled to enter into your inner original divine consciousness. It is not entitled to enter into the premises of truth, my dear aspirants. And the grandest second declaration should be, I am not the character I am playing. The character may be good, the character may be bad, the character may be aggressive, the character may be possessive, The character may be fearful. The character may be stupid. The character might be an intelligent being. But I am not the character. And the characteristics of the character have nothing to do with my original consciousness. I appeal to each and every aspirant to focus on this eloquence. Mold your thinking pattern accordingly. Release the thoughts accordingly. Every single word uttered by me is a verdict. It is the key for your enlightenment, my dear aspirants. It is the right time for your knowledge to come into action. These are the beautiful hours which are meant for performance of the knowledge. The word is a flower. Performance is the flower. Performance is the fragrance from that flower. The second and beautiful declaration should be, I am not the character I am playing. Right now I am playing the character of Vivek. Vivek might be good, Vivek might be bad. Vivek might be over enthusiastic. Vivek might be suffering with guilt. Vivek might be aggressive. Declare, but I am not the character I am playing. You have nothing to do with the character. And the characteristics of the character cannot define your original consciousness, my dear aspirants. You are just playing a character for a while. The moment you have realized that you are not the character, all the characteristics of your character disappear. In the sense, they lose their sanctity. And the third declaration should be, everything that is being experienced by the sensory organs, the so-called reality, doesn't exist at all. It is only a virtual reality. It appears as if it is existing, because it is only a quantum field of energy which is being molded accordingly. And the molder is always the consciousness. The third declaration should be, the so-called physical reality which is being experienced by the sensory organs, the so-called physical reality doesn't exist at all. It is only a virtual reality. It is only a reflective truth. It appears as if something is existing. The so-called physical reality is only a myth. It is only a reflection. It doesn't exist at all. The grandest fourth declaration should be, you have nothing to do with your personality. You have nothing to do with your personality. The personality is a wrongful thinking pattern, a false attitude, a false prism, which is the product of ignorance. It keeps on barking like a dog. It lures you into physicality. It always hatches a conspiracy against you, making you to believe that you are the character, you are the embodiment, you suffer with birth and death, and the physical reality exists. It will never ever allow you to celebrate your original consciousness. It keeps on provokes you, it keeps on provoking you with some stupid temptations. The voices you hear from the personality are nothing but the temptations of the personality. Don't fall into the trap of your personality. The voices you hear from the personality doesn't reflect your original consciousness. And they cannot enter into the realm of your divine premises. You're beyond your personality, beyond your embodiment, beyond your character, beyond your physical reality, my dear aspirants. Don't feel guilt or be ashamed by the temptations of your personality. The voices of your personality doesn't represent your original consciousness. The voice of God has nothing to do with the voice of personality. Now, you are entitled to enter into your divine consciousness. With this beautiful eloquence, your thinking pattern has become pure, divine, virgin. Now, you focus on your original divine consciousness. Now explore more into your divine consciousness. Now feel the fragrance of love. Now feel the fragrance of forgiveness. Now feel the fragrance of foreverness. Now feel the fragrance of creativity. Now feel the fragrance of living in the moment. Now feel the fragrance of awareness. Now feel the fragrance of awakening. Now feel the fragrance of infiniteness. Now feel the fragrance of truth. Now feel the fragrance of joy, bliss, ecstasy, exuberance. effervescence. Now enter into the realm of enlightenment. Enter into the realm of heaven. Enter into a realm of divine consciousness, which is infinite, which has no bounds, no boundaries, no time, no distance, no space. Enter into the realm of immortality, realm of love. Enter into the realm of oneness. Enter into the realm of Advaita. Enter into the realm of consciousness. You are the grandest, beautiful consciousness. You can direct the quantum field of energy and make the energy to behave as per your will and wish. You are the divine director. Enter into realm of fearless state of consciousness. The most courageous consciousness. No tears and no fears. Joy, bliss, ecstasy, exuberance, foreverness. Everything is in the universe is being created by you. All the universes are the product of your visualization. Thought, truth is your original consciousness. Thought is your modus operandi. How grand you are, how beautiful you are, how joyous you are. You are not bound, you are beyond. You are beyond time, distance, and space. Enjoy the fragrance of living in the moment. Those aspirants who cannot understand the linguistic language called Telugu, please focus on these concepts. You have already entered into the realm of your divine consciousness. Enjoy the fragrance of love. Enjoy the fragrance of foreverness. Enjoy the fragrance of forgiveness. Enjoy the fragrance of immortality. Enjoy the fragrance of living in the moment. Enjoy the fragrance of awakening, awareness. Enjoy the fragrance of creativity. Enjoy the fragrance of a state where there is no personality. Now you have come out of the clutches of your physicality, your personality, your humanity, your false thinking pattern, chemical emotions. Now you are ageless, boundless. You entered into your infinite reality. How grand it is, how beautiful it is. I welcome you to the premises of instantaneous manifestation. Oh, instantaneous manifestation. How pure you are, how virgin you are, You have entered into the state of nirvana. Celebrate, my dear aspirants. This is the true celebration. This is the divine celebration. It is the celebration of oneness. It is the product of your introspection. This consciousness is the product of your contemplation. How grand you have shifted your gears from the lowest frequency to the highest frequency. How grandly you have shifted your gears from animalization to the divine consciousness. Oh, congratulations. Divine greetings. You have entered into the realm of Vedanta, where you cannot find out vendetta. You have entered into the state of miraculous consciousness, where there is no melancholy. You have entered into the state of love, where there is no room for lust. You have entered into the state of awareness, where there is no state for anxiety. You have entered into the state of God, where there is no room for guilt. You have entered into the state of sameness, where there is no room for shame. How grand you are, how beautiful you are. This exactly is introspection. This exactly is contemplation. This exactly is the expression of explored inherent divinity. Life continues, celebration continues, because life is a celebration. When you have tasted your original divine consciousness on your own, you will never ever expect anything from the physicality, because it is equivalent to a mirage. Mirage can never ever satisfy your quest, your thirst. On your own, the tendency of expecting the result from the act performed disappears. On its own, the tendency of expecting the result from the physicality disappears. All these are human tendencies. All the tendencies of humanity are vanished now. Now you have entered into the divine light premises. The premises of illumination. The true state of nirvana. Celebrate this moment, my dear aspirants. This is the fifth consciousness, the so-called heaven. This is the sixth and seventh consciousness, the replica of oneness. This is the true Omkaram, from where you have taken your birth. The true Omkaram is your original consciousness. The divinity which is yet to be expressed is Omkaram. The consciousness which is aware of its own existence, which is yet to manifest, which is yet to express, which is yet to create, which is still in the oneness, is Omkaram. It is the state of oneness before manifesting itself into several. It is the state of Omkaram, is the state of oneness which is yet to manifest into several. You are divine, you are immortal, you are infinite. Immense joy is your original consciousness. You are abundant, you are fearless, ageless. You have everything to do with love. This is divine perfection. Pure, virgin. This, now you have shifted your gears from reality to truth. You have shifted your gears from thinking to thought. You have shifted your gears from physicality to spirituality. You have shifted your gears from personality to divine perception. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy instantaneous manifestation. Whatever may be thought, it gets manifested on the spot, because there is no time, distance and space. Enjoy the fragrance of instantaneous manifestation. Enjoy the state of light and light. From the density to divinity. This is the true wealth, my dear aspirants. Wisdom is wealth. This is the realm of alchemy. This is the realm of oneness. The pinnacle state of consciousness is Omkaram. The so-called Omkar is a state where one is yet to become, one is yet to manifest into several. Omkaram is a state of oneness. Omkaram is your original divine innate consciousness. Now enjoy the oneness. Enjoy your pure virgin state, my dear aspirants. Oh, how beautiful it is. It is beyond words. It is beyond consciousness. Words fall short to express this elixir. Ah, how pure it is, how virgin it is, how fair it is. You are not being chased by time, distance, and space in the state of Omkaram. Omkaram is the pinnacle of the consciousness. Celebrate your free will. Celebrate the absolute freedom. You are beyond all the limitations of sex, gender, religion, society, financial limitations. Everything. Everything. Enjoy the fragrance of oneness. All in one, one in all. Clap for yourself and open the eyes.